Catherine with Yes Please Paper Crafts, and this video is part of the Let's Get Organized YouTube Hub for paper crafters, where each month we share our ideas and tips on how to store and organize different items in our craft rooms. So y'all be sure and go check out everyone else that is participating in this month's hub, and I'll have links to their videos in the description below. Okay, so I've been watching a lot of organization videos lately and just trying to get some ideas on how to better store and organize items that I have in my craft room. And I was watching a video from my friend Lauren over at 𝗏𝗀𝗀 and she has a lot of really awesome ideas on storing and organizing things. So y'all be sure and go check out her videos. I'll have a link to her YouTube channel in the description below. But she was sharing some ideas on how to store collections and how to store ephemera with collections, and it got me thinking about it, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about that today. Now, I do already have some videos on my YouTube channel where I shared how I stored my ephemera and also how I store my collections. So if y'all want to see that in more detail, I'll have links to those videos in the description below as well. Okay, so one of the things that Lauren shared in one of her videos was this page protector, or pocket page protector from Samsil. That's the company name. It's from Amazon. I'll put a link to where you can find everything that I'm sharing in this video in the description below. But this is a pocket page protector. It has 9 pockets. Each one is 4 by 4. And so you can see here it has the 3 holes. So you could put this into a binder and you could store your ephemera in this. But the way that Lauren was using it, she was actually putting her ephemera in here and then putting it in with her collection. And so this will actually fit into some of the different pockets or sleeves that we use for storing collections. This is the Creative Memories Power Project folder, and these page protectors will fit right into this, into the middle section here. And so I thought I would give this a try. Now, there are some challenges to using this because one is it's kind of flimsy, so it flops around. When you put your die cuts in there, because the openings are loose and they're not closed, things have a tendency to fall out. And so I was thinking about different ways that I could solve that problem because I really did want to try this. I wanted to get my ephemera to be a little bit flat and to not have as much bulk when I store it in with my collection. So typically in the past, what I have been doing is I use these DVD CD sleeves. These are from Max Tech, and they're CD DVD sleeves. It's a 5 by 5 sleeve and it has a flap. So you can stick your ephemera in there like this, and then when you open it up, it has a flap here. You can open it up and then you can just grab the ephemera and take it out. One of the disadvantages is it does add quite a bit of bulk, especially if you have a really large pack of ephemera. And then also you can't really see what's in there unless you take it out and go through it. And I don't really mind doing that most of the time, but sometimes it might be nice to actually be able to see more of the different ephemera die cuts that are in your pack. Also make it flatter so it fits a little bit better in with the collection. The other thing that I use to store ephemera and die cuts is this sleeve. This is a DVD sleeve, and I think this one's from 𝗵𝗵𝗆. It comes like this. It's really not branded, and I'll have links to where you can find this one as well. This is like a 5 by 7. I use this when I have any type of ephemera or die cuts that are too large to fit into the smaller sleeves. And you can see here like this one from, this is the 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗀 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗀, and it's from the collection called Barbie Cute, which is adorable. But they have some larger things, and so typically what I would do is put it into one of these because, you know, it doesn't really fit in the smaller one like this size. Okay, so you can use these DVD sleeves and to do that. But I was just wanting to play around a little bit more with this idea of using this pocket page protector, and I just wanted to try some different things. So if you're going to do this and use this, one of the things I would recommend doing is putting some white cardstock into each slot, and it just gives it a little bit more structure, and it makes it to where it doesn't flop around as much. So you can see here that I'm holding this like this, and it's staying very stable, and so the dies will stay in there better. And then also you can use both sides, so you can put things in the front and the back. It makes your dies more visible. So if I put the dies in just this one here, you can see how loose this is. It just bends over when you try to hold it. And if you put the dies in here, they're not as easy to see because it's clear. So the other problem, so I think the biggest challenge with using this pocket page protector and putting this in with the collection is that when you go to pull this in and out of the, this is a Power Project folder from Creative Memories, and I have this 𝗬𝗲𝗀 𝗣𝗵𝗀 collection stored in here. And when you go to put this in and out and you're just fooling with this, all your die cuts are going to fall out. So I was playing around with this and just trying to see different ways that I could close these up, these little compartments up, so that my die cuts wouldn't fall out. So I just thought I would take some time in this video and share with you different things that I tried, and the things that I liked the best and the things that didn't work as well. Okay, so one thing that I did try, I tried using a stapler, and I would have to say that wasn't something that worked really well with the plastic. I kind of messed up this pocket right here trying to staple stuff onto there. It would have been good because the stapler would have held onto the plastic really well, but I was really struggling with getting the staples to go into the plastic, especially when I was trying to use some of the other things to make the closure. So I definitely would not recommend using a stapler. So the three products that I did end up using that I thought would work really well is, one was this red line tape from, I don't know where this comes from, but any red line tape that you have like this is double-sided, it's super sticky. This works really well, and you can stick it onto the plastic and it holds on very well. You can see here, I'm just gonna hold this tab. I can pick up the whole entire page protector and it doesn't fall off, and all that's holding that on is the red line tape. So I think that works really well. You can see here that it stays on there. If you do want to take it off, it does peel off if you pull on it really hard. Okay, and then the other thing that I was using was this Scotch shipping tape. This is a heavy duty packaging tape, and this is from 3M. And if you do use a packing tape, I would definitely recommend this name brand product that says heavy duty. It's the best one to use, and it's really easy to work with because it's a heavier packing tape. And so yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. And then the third thing that I used was this really cool Velcro. I did pick all this stuff up from Amazon, or most of it from Amazon. I'll put links to where you can find all these products in the description below. But this is the 𝗏𝗏𝗀 brand thin clear fasteners. So it's a really thin, lightweight Velcro, and it's really perfect for something like this. My only complaint about this product is how large this box is. And it's supposed to have this dispenser hole over here, but it always falls back in, so it's really not useful. I'm going to try to figure out some other way to store this, because this huge box really is not necessary. There's not that much in here. I've only used a little bit of this Velcro tape, and you could fit probably like 4 rolls of this tape in this one huge box. So I'll probably figure out some other way to store this, but look how large the box is compared to this little roll. So anyway, this is really a cool product. It's super thin Velcro strips. They're very sturdy, and they work really well as a closure for these pocket pages. So I just wanted to, I guess I'll share with you the different methods that I use for each one of these. So I used a combination of packing tape, cardstock, acetate. I also used this product that I had picked up from Amazon. It's a stencil material. It's like a heavy duty 10 mil plastic. And I was using this actually as a cover for a book. I made a cover for my stencils, and so I used that really heavy plastic. And I just had some leftover pieces of it, so I played around with that a little bit. I would say this is probably a little bit too heavy because when you fold it over, it tends to, it doesn't want to stay folded, so I wouldn't recommend using something like this. I did use it here at the top to create this closure. I put the back of it on, I folded it over, I put a score here, folded it over, because on the top, you have to kind of close up this top pocket. You have to kind of fold something over. So in this case, I just used some of the red line double-sided sticky tape, and I taped a strip of this material on there. And then I also have this part here. And so you can just, I just kind of created a closure. That would probably be the one that I like the least. And then this first one here, I actually used a combination of some clear acetate that I had left over from a project. It's a little bit thinner than this heavy duty stencil material, and I think it worked a lot better. But I just adhered that to the back. I used red line tape, and I also used a packing tape on top of that to make sure it really stayed on there. And I folded it over. I did use a scoreboard with a tool to make a crease, and then I added the Velcro to the top of it. And so now we have this Velcro closure at the top here, and I can get into this pocket up here at the top. So that worked out pretty well. I would have to say though, my favorite idea for the top of this is to do just this thing with the packing tape and the Velcro. So what I did here was I took some packing tape, I folded over part of it to make this part is not sticky, but it's stuck onto the back of the page protector, and I just folded this over, so I doubled it, so I just stuck it onto itself, and then I added some Velcro, and it just creates the closure. So this is less bulky than using the acetate or the stencil material, just using the packing tape, and it makes a really awesome closure here at the top. Another thing that you can do is to just use the Velcro. But if you just use the Velcro, you lose a little bit of space in your pocket. So I have that idea down here on this one here. I just added the Velcro directly to the pocket at the top, and you can use that to close the pocket, and it works really well. And this can be used on all 9 pockets, including the ones at the top. So that's an idea. If you want to do that, it just makes your pocket for storing your ephemera a little bit smaller. But it works really, really well, and it doesn't add any bulk at all to your page protector. Okay, and then these other ones that I have here, I used a circle punch, which was the 1 in, I don't know, this looks like a 1 inch or 1.5 inch. I think I used a 1 3/8 inch for this circle here. This one here is acetate. It's a little bit stiff and it's hard to get my fingers in there. This one is a tab punch that I have from Creative Memories. And the idea behind this was I used some packing tape to adhere it to the pocket above, and then you can just pull it up like this. And this works really well because the packing tape is very thin, and then this material right here is the this heavier material, but because I didn't have to put a crease in it where it's folded over, it works really well as a flap. So I just created like a little flip flap there. And then this one, I took some packing tape and just added it onto some cardstock. And then I just used my circle punch and punched it out. I did try just using cardstock, just plain cardstock, but I found that after a while of fooling with it and lifting it up and down, over time it started to get worn out. So I definitely don't recommend just using the cardstock. But if you wanted to, you could probably just take some packing tape and put it onto the cardstock and then just cut that out. So that works really well, and this is adhered with the red line tape. And then we have this one pocket right here. I don't think I talked about this one. This is the same idea or similar idea of this one up here. It's the packing tape where I have the packing tape stuck down, and then the packing tape is folded over, and then it's just laying across the pocket to keep things from falling out. But it's not, doesn't have the Velcro. So I just have it as a flap there. And then the last one here is, this is a piece of cardstock, and I think I just created, I used a tab punch, and then I put a score line there so this would easily flip up and down. I think this idea would work really well as long as you protected it by using washi tape, packing tape, or some kind of other material than just the cardstock, and making this a little bit bigger because this is kind of small, and a lot of times it'll go behind and then it doesn't really work to keep your pocket closed. So there's probably lots of different ways that we could come up with different closures or different ways to keep these pocket closed. Yeah, I think it works really well. And you can see if I turn this upside down, I do have some die cuts in there and nothing is falling out, which is really awesome. And it works really well. So these ephemera packs from Doodlebug are really large, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to use something like this to store some of the ephemera. And then also because there's so many pieces, I could spread it out in here, both front and back, and I'd be able to more easily see what was in there. So I am planning to store this in with the collection. And one of the things I'll probably do is just take my scissors or my paper trimmer and I'll just cut this holes off. But if you wanted to store this in a binder, you could leave those holes on there. But I'll probably go ahead and trim that off. And really, it's really easy. There's a line there to follow. So there's a guide. You could just take your scissors and just follow along with that dotted line and just go ahead and trim off the 3 holes. It'll make it a little bit easier to get this in and out of the page pocket, what do you call this, project folder. And then we can just go ahead and store this in with the other items in this collection. And it'll keep my collections nice and flat so that I don't have as much bulk when I store this on my calyx. So I hope I've given you guys some ideas for how you can use these pocket pages to store your ephemera in with your collections. And if you figure out a different way to close off these pockets, I would love for you to leave me a comment and let me know your ideas. Okay, well that's all I have for this video. Y'all take care. Hope y'all have an awesome weekend, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now.